Hey, it's Mike Rambo with JMJ Financial. The Freddie Mac national average is flat again this week at 6.69%. You can see on the graph here, and this is right on the Freddie Mac website that's available for anybody, that we've been right in the 6.6 range for about 6 weeks now after making this nice rundown. This may be the week that we see some action with rates because there's a lot happening in the news. So the Fed is meeting this week. They'll give their announcement on Wednesday. We're mostly anticipating that they're not going to move the Fed rate this meeting and really just hoping that they give us some indication of what they plan to do at their next meeting in March. However, we do have a number of job reports that are also coming out before the end of the week. So there is some chance that between those two things, what the Fed says and the job reports, that we may see a move in mortgage rates. So hang tight. Now, last week I attended the CalHFA Dream for All lender training, and they definitely gave us clarity on a couple of subjects that were unclear previously. So I'll be putting out a full presentation and training on this once we get a few more things from CalHFA, but wanted to talk about just a few key points. So the first thing is that there will be a lottery, or as they just said, a random selection. They, I think, specifically actually never used the word lottery in their presentation. But in order to be submitted for it, a person needs to be pre-approved from a CalHFA lender, somebody like me, and then the pre-approval letter I give them, that's going to be a CalHFA pre-approval letter. They then will upload into the submission portal, and CalHFA is saying that that will be open about April timeframe, but they're not giving us an exact date. If they are randomly selected at that point, then they're going to have 90 days, and the portal is going to be open for 30 days. So the portal is open for 30 days. After that, they will have 90 days if they're selected to use their voucher, just meaning they have 90 days to get into escrow. And they will have a wait list in case people don't use their voucher. Some other things included the need for homebuyer education. People do not need to do this in order to get the voucher. They just need to do this before the close of escrow. And then clarifications on first generation buyers. So you could have not owned a home in the last 7 years. Your parents, if living, cannot currently own a home. And if they are deceased, they could have not owned a home when they passed. Now, if the borrower was ever in foster care at any point in their life, then that's the exception and they would qualify for the program. So at least one person on the loan needs to be a first generation buyer. But other than that, you just got to remember that these are purchase loans only. They cannot be used for refinances. Anybody that's on the loan must be using the home as their primary residence, or as we say, they must occupy the residence. Everybody that's on the loan must be a first-time buyer by standard definitions, which is you have not owned a home in the last 3 years. At least one person has to be a first-generation buyer, and then at least one person has to be a current California resident. So I'll be sure to get out more details about the benefits of the program and comparing it to other types of programs and so on and so forth. But those are some of the key differences in terms of qualification for this year. So I hope everybody has a great week. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll talk soon.